Olavo, quer dizer que hoje nós vamos ter aqui o caminhar nas nuvens, é isso?
Com certeza.
Me fala um pouquinho esse produtor. Ele é novo produtor aqui na Weinhaus?
Não. A gente está com ele há muito tempo de tudo, desde a época da Ville do Van. Foi o primeiro produtor a ser importado por nós.
Ah, olha que legal.
Na verdade,
é bom saber.
Na verdade, a gente virou importador por causa dele.
Ah, não me fala. Conta isso.
Porque foi o seguinte, na época da Ville do Van, né? Então a gente não queria ser importador, porque a gente sabe a burocracia, a loucura que é isso aqui, né? É só problema. Mas a gente representava eles no Brasil, então era importado com outro importador e a gente que distribuía, né? A gente que representava eles. Quando eu fui para a Alemanha montar a Weinhaus e vendia as Villes do Vans, ele ficou órfão. E o meu amigo Benoit, na época diretor, uma pena, saiu da diretoria tem 2 meses, mas me ligou, estava na Alemanha, Olavo, então você sabe que agora a gente não está mais no Brasil, a gente parou de ser importado, você saiu, você não quer importar a gente? Eu falei, putz, Benoit, caramba.
Me botar nesse nisso?
Vai me botar nisso, tá bom, deixa eu ver. E quando eu estava na Alemanha, quem estava aqui, eu não estava mais no Brasil, então eu falei com a minha irmã, que estava iniciando o negócio de vinho, e perguntei para ela, Carla, você não quer montar uma importadora, ver, testar, porque o Benoit está pedindo, e ela também é muito amiga do Benoit, falou, vamos experimentar. Então, na verdade, ela iniciou esse projeto de importação, importando o Henri de Villamont.
Que
legal.
Com
a gente desde então, super amigos nossos.
E me conta um pouquinho desse produtor, porque eu vi no site que eles outrora foram muito grandes.
Sim, eles já foram várias coisas.
E depois eram vendedores também, eram distribuidores, negociantes.
Exato. Então,
e hoje estão focados em qualidade, pequenas produções, não é?
Perfeito. Então, como é que aconteceu? O Henri de Villamont começou há 200 anos atrás, mais ou menos, com Monsieur Barolet, né? Tem até os vinhos dele, e Monsieur Leonce, que era diretor do Chateau Clos de Vougeot.
Tá.
Então ele
só isso.
Então ele construiu essa adega, essa propriedade, para vinificar os vinhos dele.
Tá?
E começou, obviamente, a comprar pedaços de terras, parcelas, terroirs, e aí foram indo. Passam por diversos donos, até que o grupo suíço Schenck, acho que na década de 60, 70, comprou o Henri de Villamont, mas era algo de volume. Vendia muita uva, era negociant, era uma coisa de volume. A ideia mudou e eles resolveram, junto com o Pierre Jean, que é o enólogo que está lá até hoje, já tem acho que uns 20, 25 anos que ele está lá, resolveram focar em qualidade. Pararam de vender as uvas e começaram a focar apenas em qualidade e adquirir novas parcelas. Então tem alguns vinhos que eles compram as uvas e outros tantos que eles são realmente os pró-produtor. Então você tem muito, Grand Chezot é deles, diversos Premier Grand Cru, Chambord Limousin é deles, diversos, inclusive o monopólio. Você tem o Sauvignon Le Bon Village, que é o monopólio deles, excelente. E o Sauvignon Le Bon Clos-de-Guet, que é praticamente um monopólio, porque fica dentro da propriedade, é um clos mesmo, é um burgo, onde fica a propriedade, porém você tem uma parcela de 5% que está fora desses muros, que não é deles, que é inclusive da F Group.
Olha só.
Que faz o Sauvignon Le Bon em Clos-de-Guet. Então eles não podem colocar, obviamente, que é monopólio, mas eu falo que é monopólio. É super...
Não, e tem tudo a ver, um cara que está nessa região tem que fazer qualidade, não volume. Não tem sentido.
Nenhum.
Em tanto lugar no mundo, o cara ir fazer volume na Borgonha, pelo amor de Deus,
perfeito, exato. E assim, ele tem pouca intervenção. Ele já está começando a produzir vinhos com fermentação natural.
Que legal.
Em barricas pequenas.
Boa notícia.
Pouca intervenção na madeira, às vezes ele coloca muita madeira de segundo uso, mas apenas 60% do vinho em madeira, o resto não.
Legal.
Então ele deixa o vinho realmente falar o que tem para ser dito.
Bacana. Olha, eu agradeço o convite e vou registrar alguma coisa aí do nosso encontro.
Perfeito, obrigado.
Obrigado a você.
So, taste some beautiful wines.
Yes, I still have your clothing from your...
Yes, thank you very much. Benoit gave you, thank you very much. Yes, I always, but in July I can take it with you.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you very much. Perfect. So Emma, thank you very much for your time to share your knowledge, beautiful wines. And we are here with good friends, good clients, journalists. And now we are very excited to, after 2 years now, make a real tasting and taste wines from Henri de Villamont.
Yes. We first, the first 2 wines are sparkling, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Should I already serve the sparkling wine, or do you like to tell something about the domain and something like that? It's up to you.
I think I can talk about the estate, but with a glass of Clément will be maybe better.
Perfect. Let's do it.
So we are not a huge winery. We are not a small one. We are really an average size, I would say. Nowadays we have 15 employees on the winery. 15 for the winemaking, for taking care of the vineyards, and also for all the commercial side. So as you can see, this is not that big. The production nowadays, I mean, for normal year, with a normal vintage, would be 400,000 bottles a year. So we are facing with the very big négociants of Burgundy like Jadot, Drouin, and Bouchard, but we don't have this kind of production. We are really now focused on the Burgundy appellation, and we are producing nowadays between 35 to 40 different wines. And on the top of that, on those 40 wines, we have 11 hectares of property which are shared between Savigny-les-Beaunes, Chambolle-Musigny, and Les Grands Écheveaux. All the rest of the production, we buy the grape, or we buy the juice, or even though we rent the land to other winemakers. So the aim for us is really to produce a wine which will fit the terroir and who will express the real personality of the terroir. This is really our aim nowadays, to produce a real Pommard or a real Puligny Montrachet, and to really have the terroir in the glass. This is a few words about the winery. Don't hesitate to ask me some questions. The aim is really to have an exchange about what you want to know about the winery, what I could give you about knowledge and about the place where I live since I was born. And so don't hesitate to ask me anything if you would like to know more. Last year we began the organic conversion. So in France, to be real organic, it takes 3 years. So we will be organic next vintage.
Okay, thank you.
If everything goes well. But last vintage was the most hopeful vintage since maybe 20, 25 years. So if we could do it past year, we will do it next year and the next one also. Good condition. I would say the last normal vintage we have had was 2018. 19, it was really small, but good, but small. 20, we have had a lot of grape, but a huge lack of water in July and August. So grape, but with no juice inside. And last year, for 2021, we have had hail frost in the beginning of April for 3 nights. And then after the 3 nights of hail frost, of spring frost, we have had snow. Oh. So we have had snow on Chardonnay grape. So Burgundy and even us, we have lost like 80% of the production for Chardonnay grape.
Wow, that's a lot.
So the red will be really nice because Pinot Noir is a type of vine plants who take more time to, when the buds open, Pinot Noir do it later. But Chardonnay, as soon as there is some sun and some heat, buds open, and then this is the spring frost to completely destroy the leaves. But the Gamay is mostly used in the south of Burgundy, in the Beaujolais area.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the red one we have
20%,
Gamay, 20% of Gamay, right?
Which one?
From the rosé. Which
From the rosé. You are drinking the rosé right now?
yes, also.
Sorry.
That's why. Okay, that's why I didn't catch when you're talking about the.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Okay.
I put both together.
Okay, right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
We are thirsty, sorry.
No, it's okay. That's why I didn't catch the
question. Yeah.
Yes, no, it's not that often to use a bit of Gamay, but to have this color, it's interesting first, and also to have this impression of something like soft, sweet. Indeed, we don't have any sugar inside, but to have this special color and this sweetness, the Gamay is interesting, but it's a very, very small production, proportion, I would say. Everything from the creation and also the creation of the liqueur that we had. We had a kind of a liqueur inside to make the crémant, and this is how I would say secret recipe to make this crémant. So it's not created inside of the winery because we don't have the organization and all that is needed to produce a sparkling wine, but we are working with the winemaker and we do everything from the beginning till the end to make our own crémant. We have to the label for sure, and to have really a product. I would say which Brazilian, South American, or people from Sweden or Spanish people could love. This is really something that we sell all over the world. Alors, well, we try as much as we can. This is natural fermentation and natural yeast. It could happen that we need to have more yeast to have a kind of add to the natural fermentation. But as much as we could, as much as we can, we just let the wine go. I mean, we have the chance to have 2,000 square meters of cellar. So we have a huge cellar and we have a huge winery. So we could just let Mother Nature do his work. We don't need to add something because we know that everything is done with those natural yeast and natural fermentation. So as the last fermentation for the wine, everything is done in barrel and we have time. So the natural fermentation is done as much as we can. It's really, I would say, how wine, and we take so much time to create this Bourgogne Prestige, Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. The aim for us is to produce a real Burgundy wine for an on-try level. I mean, this is our on-try level. But the aim for the customer at the end is to drink a real Burgundy. So it's really easy to make a very nice Bonne Marque. It's really easy to make an exceptional Clos Vougeot Grand des Chevaux. But to make a really, and to create a really nice entry-level Bourgogne Chardonnay, this is much more interesting. So we decided for those Bourgogne Prestige Chardonnay to do the aging oak for 9 months. And then this is a blend from a Meursault and a Gruyère in Côte-Chalonnaise. And then, right after taste, you will have a really gentle and elegant touch of wood. This wine is aged in demi-nuit. Demi-nuit is a cask of 400 liters. The aim is to have a bigger barrel compared to a traditional pièce bourguignonne to prevent from a too oaky Chardonnay. So we decided to choose bigger barrel to have less contact between the wine and the oak, and to keep the freshness and a certain elegance in this Bourgogne Chardonnay Prestige.
So you put the barrels outside in the weather.
Okay, I get it. Alors, we will use French oak, not because we are chauvinist, but because the French oak is the best quality to age the wine, because the micro hole inside of the wood is the perfect size for a gentle and pure aging. Then we work with 5 different winemakers, and those winemakers we decided to choose the region of production of the oak, but mainly this is Allier. And then, depending on the barrel maker could leave the piece of wood outside during 1, 2, or 3 years. Alors, to be very clear and very precise, this is really the receipt of how analog, of how winemaker. To choose the barrel maker, to choose the quality and the kind of toasted inside of the barrel, to imagine the wine at the end. I mean, for the Bourgogne Prestige Chardonnay, we could have 6, 7, maybe 10 different casks. 10 different casks from different barrel makers, with different kind of toasted inside, with different kind of production, region of production for the oak. And this is the job of the oenologue, to imagine the wine at the end. So this is, I would say, its receipt. So mainly Allier for the oak, French oak, 100% of French oak for those casks, and then 30% of new oak for the aging.
That's enthusiastic for this vintage, and
very nice.
Yes, I think it's the aging in the mouth for me is superb. Yes, I love it. There's a third layer of flavors.
Exactly.
So you don't have more freshness, fruit, or the yellow fruit, but more serious on the palate. And this is the third layer in the palate. For me is fabulous.
More floral too.
Yeah.
No?
Yes,
A bit
more
floral,
flowers. Yeah.
some buttery in it.
And this purity and this elegance come really from the limestone subsoil. Talking about the 13, I have to tell you that normally the Chablis is very elegant, refreshing, and with a lot of, you have said white flowers, but especially in 19. So now you have the pure image of Chablis with this 19, very juicy, very easygoing wine. So easygoing doesn't mean that it's an easy wine, but I mean it's easy to catch, easy to enjoy. This is typically the kind of bottle that you will open, after a bad day. Okay, open and drink, enjoy. It just goes to you very fast. Grapefruit, this elegant white flowers, and also something up in the palate, up on the top, like something very stony. It's exactly the same compared to the Chardonnay. The aim is to provide, the aim is to create and to produce a real Burgundy red, even for an entry level. So this is why we take a lot of care of this Bourgogne Prestige. Again, this is aged between 9 and 10 months in oak. Then, this is a blend of Côte de Nuit and Côte Chalonnaise. So this is why also this Bourgogne Pinot Noir Prestige has a lot of, I would say, personality. This is not a common wine.
Yeah.
As soon as you have tasted, you want another glass because it's complex and easygoing.
café da manhã com esse vinho.
É mesmo?
É, impressionante.
Isso lá no Chateau
Lá no
deles?
Chateau. Eles deixam vários vinhos disponíveis. Eu lembro, eu com o pessoal lá te abrindo já o Borgonha.
Você ficou na memória.
Fica.
Vem direto.
E durante 8 anos foi um quintal na minha casa, né? Porque eu estava na Alemanha.
Claro.
Então, uma vez por mês eu estava lá praticamente.
Não, eu estava comentando aqui, ele falou bem, o easy going não é que é um vinho simples, é que ele desce bem, mas ele tem muita qualidade, tem sofisticação, um vinho até com uma certa austeridade, na minha
Sim, tem uma
opinião.
austeridadezinha, sim.
The really important thing that I didn't say about the Hospice de Beaune, the only way to buy Hospice de Beaune when you are a winemaker, I mean, is to buy when there is the wine auction.
Yes, November.
Yeah.
Yes, the third Sunday of November.
Yeah.
It's wine from the year. So I mean, most of the time the harvest lasts mid-September. Then there is the process of vinification till mid-October. Then the juice is putting directly in the cask, and 1 month later, almost, those casks are sold by one auction. I mean, the Hospice de Beaune keep a little part of their production, but otherwise they sell the wine to winemaker, to those winemakers, and this is the money from this wine auction who could run the Hospice de Beaune, which is the Hospital of Beaune, till nowadays. So when you buy a cask of the Hospice de Beaune, you are not the owner of the cask. You just have the right to age in your cellar. But les Hospices de Beaune are still the owner of the wine until the wine will left the winery.
Okay. I thought cellar, the winery is the owner, but not.
Yes, yes. The Hospice de Beaune is the owner of the cask. That's why les Hospices de Beaune deliver the wine within their own cask.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have the right to choose the cask. We don't have the right to choose the label. If you buy 2 casks, you have 600 labels. That's it. This is the last one of your tasting. First, I want to say that only 10% of my battery is leaving. So if it shut down, this is because I'm out of battery, okay? So, to begin with the Bonne Mare, which is the last one, to me now, in our wine list, this is the best wine that we have, clearly. This Bonne Mare is located in Moret-Saint-Chambon-Musigny, excuse me, and it gives something very deep, something really from the ground. It's a little bit up on the hill, so you have the freshness because it's a little bit higher compared to the Chambertin, which is much closer on the flat area. The Bonne Mare is a little bit upon, so more freshness from the forest, and also more fruity. This wine again would need 10 or 15 years more to have the real balance. For this kind of wine, we will age in 40 to 45% of new oak. And we have a concentration in the vineyard of 35 hectoliters per hectare. So this Bonne Mare, we buy the grape to another winemaker. But as he bought our Grand des Chezaux, it's a kind of deal. So we are working all together to have a perfect grapes in the vineyard, because to produce this kind of wine, we need to have a perfect quantity for the grape. So only 2 types of barrels for this Bonne Mare and 45% of new oak. And again, to find the balance between an oaky aging and to keep the fruit, the ground, and the terroir.
Perfect. We are speechless.
Olavo, obrigado. Isso aqui realmente foi um privilégio.
Imagina,
A Ema é um show de pessoa e os vinhos são maravilhosos, com tipicidade, realmente uma aula. Agora eu fiquei sabendo que eles têm um vinho feito tipo de ânfora, com barrica aberta. Me fala um pouquinho.
Pierre Jean, que é o enólogo, começou a fazer há uns 4 anos atrás, mais ou menos. Começou a fazer fermentação espontânea em barricas de madeira pequena, abertas, fazendo remoagem e tudo mais. E ele começou com isso com um vinho de coração deles, que é onde fica a propriedade, que chama Clos de Guet, que é um clos, onde está a propriedade literalmente. E ele começou a fazer o vinho com esse Sauvignon Le Bon, que é Sauvignon Le Bon Clos de Guet, o primeiro cru. E é um vinho realmente excepcional, eu gostei muito, estamos importando ele. E o primeiro teste foi com esse Premier Cru. E eles estão expandindo isso para todos os terroirs de propriedade deles.
Que legal, hein?
Então, os Chambord Limousin Premier Cru estão vindo agora assim também. E eles estão dando o nome de coração. Então,
que legal!
Então, por exemplo, o Clos de Guet, nesse método, chama-se Cœur de Guet.
Ah, olha que simpático, cara.
Então, a garrafa é uma garrafa antiga da Borgonha, em cera, então tem todo um tratamento especial para esses vinhos que o Pierre Jean está fazendo.
Sensacional, cara.
Com o amor dele, com o coração dele.
Escuta, e me conta, com toda a facilitação e empenho do mapa, que gosta tanto de incentivar esse conhecimento do vinho, quando é que nós vamos ter isso liberado?
Espero que o mais breve possível, ainda sem muita perspectiva, mas é algo que já está no Brasil há mais de ano.
Olha só. Então falta pouco.
Falta pouco, talvez mais um ano chegue. Mas realmente a gente está tendo sérios problemas com essa importação, que já está parado no entreposto há mais de ano.
Maravilha.
Então vamos ver se nos próximos meses a gente consegue liberar isso.
Quando liberar, me avise. Vamos
com certeza,
divulgar.
sou o primeiro, com certeza.
Um abraço.
Um abraço, Vitor.